So tonight was a crazy games. I mean, you had you had the Carolina Hurricanes win in double overtime after being down 3-0. That was crazy. The Toronto Maple Leafs lose to the Ottawa Senators 4-0. Ullmark had the game of his playoff career, and the Edmonton Oilers just have the Kings number. They just do. I think the Kings are cursed. I think the Kings are fucking cursed. Listen, this is honest opinion here. And can I make this probably a relatively quick video? First game, Carolina, New Jersey. That's an ultimate choke job. Ultimate all-time choke job by the New Jersey Devils. You're up 3-0 in that game, and then you just let it slip away from you. There's no way, shape, and form that they shouldn't be playing another game. Hats off to Carolina. I think that, you're down 3-0, you stick with it. Taylor Hall got a goal tonight, which is important. Stankoven's been extremely good in this series, showcasing that, maybe he's not Rantanen's quote-unquote star level, but he's a very good player in his own right. The Carolina Hurricanes, man, they got good depth up and down that lineup, and Anderson has been really steady in that. I do feel bad for Jacob Markstrom of the Devils. He played a hell of a series. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. He was absolutely spectacular, and he raised his level of play from the regular season. He hit that another gear that a lot of people thought he could, and that's great to see. That gives you hope there if you're a Devils fan. But, it goes into the question. You got some question marks going into the offseason. I mean, Hughes hurt yet again. He wasn't there. He wasn't available. You have to kind of address some of the scoring woes they had during this playoff series, add a little bit more depth. The Devils have the talent on this roster, when healthy, to be far better than I think they performed. But health and availability has been something that has affected this team quite a bit the last couple seasons. Because last season, I think they had the most missed man games in the NHL. Don't quote me on that. That's just right off the top of my noggin. But Carolina, I mean, they pull it out. Anderson had a good series for the most part. I think that, they showcased that they have a solid way of playing hockey. As Aho got that double OT winner, they go on to the next round. But I think that next opponent's going to be far more challenging. Will they be up for it? I mean, hey, they showed that they can overcome adversity against the Devils. Why not could they do it? Why not against another opponent? Quickly going into the Toronto-Ottawa game, Ullmark played fantastic. I think that was his first playoff shutout ever in his career. He's turned his play around from the beginning of the series. And mind you, it wasn't all on him. Some Senators' defensive lapses definitely didn't help, and some bad luck. But he made some great saves. He was just very steady back there. And Blake's a very lethal Toronto Maple Leafs team. And the Senators are kind of proving, hey, we're a good team too, We're not just some leftovers, handovers that we might be a wild card team, but we can keep up with anybody in the NHL, and they're showcasing that. I think there is talent on this Ottawa team for sure. Up front, you got Stützle, you got Brady Tkachuk. You have so much talent throughout the lineup. And then on defense, well, I don't think the defense has been perfect earlier in this series. I mean, you can't complain about a shutout, right? The defense hasn't been perfect, but I think tonight, there was a little bit of obviously a big improvement. They helped blank him, but Ullmark was the big determining factor in that. He played well. I mean, considering the first few games of the series, he had a sub 900 save percentage, and it was kind of continuing that narrative of him not being able to perform in the playoffs. And yeah, wasn't necessarily looking good for him, but hats off to him. He had that mental toughness to be like, you know what, I got that dog in me. I'm going to bounce back and show them that, yeah, I won a Vezina in the regular season. I can also be that guy in the postseason. So good win for the Ottawa Senators, but it does bring into question with Toronto. Could they possibly let this series slip from them? Could they choke this away? I mean, not a great look. When you have a team, on the ropes, you're killing them, and now you're giving them this hope now. I mean, all a team needs sometimes is just belief, and it seems like those Senators have that belief, and that could be a very bad sign for the Maple Leafs. Mind you, Maple Leafs have a ton of talent. They're still a dangerous offensive team. I think the decor has been massively improved from last year. I think there's definitely a chance that they could win this series still. But tonight, definitely, you don't want that result. You don't want to get blanked by the Sens. But who knows? The Maple Leafs historically, or I would say they have the potential, they have the ability to score 5-0 in the next game, right? So we'll see how things go there. And then just kind of quickly wrapping this up, the Oilers own the Kings. I'm sorry, the Kings up and down that lineup are a better team, and it shouldn't be what it is in this series. I mean, they had a stranglehold on it for a bit, but oh my God, if there is one team that just has the Kings number, it's the Oilers. You know, it's McDavid, Draisaitl, they're, you know, Bouchard too on the back end. It's their ability to score goals so quick. It just makes them so hard to play against, because you just have the few mental lapses, few defensive lapses. They're going to make you pay every single time, and it does make them. I mean, considering some of the mediocre goaltending you got Skinner early in the series, Pickard had a good game the other night. You know, this Oilers team does lack, in my personal opinion, that depth, but my God, it's just when they can just score goals with a quickness, and then they have the ability, when they kind of lock in, to shut down a team when they really don't make those mental mistakes. Still, I do have question marks about their goaltending with the Oilers, but it's like this Kansas City Chiefs and Buffalo Bills. My co-host put that best. I mean, I just think LA is the Bills, and the Oilers are the Chiefs. They just have their number. Even when some years you're like, "Dad, this is the year they should finally get through." Not a good look. So we'll see how things play out.